This is a good day to build wealth, and you are watching a channel where you can make that happen. This is John McEntyre Show live, John McEntyre Money Show live. I'm John McEntyre. We have a good show today. Today is Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. We're almost halfway through January. Uh, January, 31 days. Yeah, I had to remember that 31 days in January. Had to go back to the old elementary school thing of how to remember which days have 30, 31, and which ones don't. So I did it. First one always wins. Well, like I said, we have a good show. Um, but before I get started, share your wallet wins. Hashtag, don't forget the hashtag wallet win. You can do your questions. Like I say, this is live, so you can interact now. If you do have a question, we will make sure and answer it while we are on the air live. And the more questions come in, the longer I will be on. Normally, I keep it 20 to 30 minutes, enough to cover a topic for the day. And if any questions come through, or if I receive questions, that will be my topic for today. But if you do have questions, you want to make a comment, or you want to share that wallet win, that small step that you're taking. It could be I opened up my first savings account, my first high yield savings account. I opened up my first checking account. I rolled over my IRA, or I found an IRA, a lost IRA or 401k, something like that. Or maybe you inherited a large amount of money or hit the lottery and you want me as your personal advisor and to move with you onto that island, give me a call. I'll do that also. We can also make that happen. Um, but on a serious note, like I say, you do hashtag wallet win. I see it. I will make sure and share it and celebrate it with you. We celebrate the wallet wins here. If you have a question, uppercase Q or capital Q, whichever one you use. My daughter Bella, I've always said capital. I grew up in school saying capital A, capital B. They say uppercase A, or they don't say anything because they're busy just texting it. You'll see it, but most of the time it's in lower. Everything's lowercase with them. No punctuation and lowercase. Uh, that's another topic we'll talk about one day. Uh, but share it. I'll share it. I'll celebrate it with you. Okay, so today, before I get started, I had one big wallet win. Someone I was talking to yesterday, they basically shared their as we were talking in our meeting, they shared their wallet wins. Also, they brought up a good question, so that's my topic for the day. But what they worked on from last week, they wrote down their three most important goals for the year because they didn't want to overwhelm themselves and not want to do too much and get sort of scatter their energy and everything because they're new to this and they're getting some things back on track. They're new to just doing what it takes to win with money. And so they wrote down their three most important goals. We went over that. They had completed their net worth statement, start to finish. They had requested a sheet from me, the statement, a blank one, and I sent it to them. They had completed that, and they've completed their budget. And they decided to go with the zero-based budget right off the gate. They just want to just start out just telling every dollar what to do. And so I was like, that's normally that's one person talking about each one. This person did it over just a couple of days. They just sat down. They said they're serious this year and they're not going to go through another year with their finances all over the place. They want them to be focused and they want to actually win with money and be more intentional. And so that was one big, huge wallet win. And I definitely celebrated that. We talked about it, and I'm learning things from them. Like I said, when someone really wants to do something, they will do it when they really, really want to. And that's the question. That's like a question of the year. Do you really, really want to make this happen? Do you really, really want to win with money? And because it does take a commitment. This person I'm talking to, I could feel the commitment. I knew that they were commitment. Commitment is one thing I'm not questioning with them. They don't know everything. They were quick to say, hey, I don't know everything. You teach me, I'll do it. That's commitment. All right, so we did that. Like I said, today, well, we've been talking about the steps of achieving financial success. I've done shows on them, but it's something. Um, a lot of times, I've talked to people who, in media and just, all across the board. They're saying, it's hard coming up with new things to talk about, new things to teach people. I said, well, most people don't exactly need to be taught anything new. They need to be reminded of what they already know and just reminded to do what they know. Uh, when I'm talking to people, it's not, a lot of times when I'm talking to them, they're like, I remember that. I remember being told that. I remember reading about that, and I'm just bringing things back to their memory. Now, if they're younger, a lot of times it is new. It's very new. And so until everyone that I deal with that watches this show, until they're all financially successful, we're basically just going to have to be reminded of the basics and reminded what to do. Not, yes, I'm going to talk about new things because every year, especially in personal finance, when it comes to money and all of that, business, real estate, everything, pretty much every industry now is just changing at the speed of light, and they're responding to the market and everything. And so there are new things to learn. Most of the time, it's something that may have been used one time and it didn't fit the market at the particular time, and then a cycle happened. And it's not that you don't need to learn anything new. You just have to remind, hey, this is what worked in this market. This is the same market that happened about 20 years ago, and so now it's time to use this particular technique or this particular information or whatever, and like it says in the Bible, it says there's nothing new under the sun. Pretty much, a up market is up market, a down market is a down market. You know, right now we're dealing with the newest thing. We're dealing with two new things: artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. Those are the two newest things. The other things have pretty much been around. So you have to learn that and how the market is doing. But all in all, it's really your personal finance. It's just your personal situation. Some changes that happen, a lot of things that happen, may not even pertain to you. And sometimes you have to be reminded. You don't need to be taught anything new. You just have to be reminded. It doesn't pertain to you. You don't need that. That information is not important to you right now. It may be in a couple of years, or you get to a certain level financially that will be an important part for you. But as of now, you don't need to be concerned about it. And some people, they talk about certain things. I'm like, that's very unnecessary for your situation. So that's the reason why I'm stressing what I'm talking about today. You're going to hear it again. You're going to hear it again and again until everyone gets it and puts it into play. So that's why today, well, the past few shows, I talked about writing down your dreams and goals, like this person that had this big wallet win. Then I talked about your net worth statement. Net worth statement shows you where you are. Then write that budget. You know where you are. You know where you want to go with your dreams and goals. The budget is the document that will get you there. It's the day to day. Like I said yesterday, this is supposed to be something that's like brushing your teeth. It's just a daily necessity that you live within the budget. You follow it. You tweak it. And make changes as you go. But it's something that's just an integral part of your life. For those out there that work for a company, work in a department, you want to do something. You have this great idea. First thing the managers, the leaders are going to say, is it in the budget, or do we have a budget for that? They hired you because you fit in the budget. If you didn't fit in the budget, you will not be at that company. And that's how they run that company. If the company is a big, huge public company, you have access to their financial statements, their net worth statement. If it's a smaller company, they're going to get a loan from a bank. First thing the banks want to see, financial statements, and budgets and everything. That's just what they want to see. Even if it's a new company, they say, okay, well, what is your projected budget? What are you planning? How are you planning to use the money? Budget. That's the important budget. So today, a question that was also posed by this person that I was talking to yesterday, client, they, since they're getting things on track, they were like, okay, I'm going through these steps. So when do I buy insurance? And that was a very good question, because most people, when they're following a certain financial system or whatever, it always comes up. Okay, I heard you talking about insurance. So when do I buy insurance? Because insurance is, your if you're going to be successful, you're going to need insurances. Insurances, they are the defense. You Most of the other stuff you're doing, you're earning, you're investing, you're making your money grow. Those are um, offensive type things, offensive type moves. The insurance, like I've said, is your defense. It protects you as you go. So the quick and dirty answer is insurance happens as needed. So as I cover these, you will understand what I'm talking about. Insurance is something you don't wait for a specific step. It's not a specific step. It's something that's just put in place. There's a few things, estate planning, wills and things like that. You just need to have those. They just need to be there. You don't wait. They need to be put in place. Once you've, your insurance, you're making your budget. You want your insurance in the budget. You want to be able to afford it because it's your protection. And so it's something that you do sooner rather than later. So I'll quickly, we can talk insurance. Insurance is a very broad subject, has its own individual areas of life. And so, I can do a show just on one insurance, and it could be hours, just talking about it. But I'm just going to hit these just as reminders. That's what it is, reminders, and give like a few points what to aim for in each area of insurance, and then you can make the decisions from there. This is just to put everything on the radar for you. So first one, just everyone talks about it, just life insurance. And life insurance, some financial people say you don't need life insurance until you have a family, or if there's someone that depends on your income, because that's basically what at the foundation, that's what life insurance is doing. You are a breadwinner, for instance. Your income is, people are dependent, family or whoever is dependent on your income. You pass away, you're no longer generating income. Those people depended on it. And so that's what life insurance is to do, is to keep the people that you love that depended on you from losing lifestyle. And you go into word like legacy, you leave legacy. People buy insurance for different reasons, but at the foundation, that's what it's for. A person with a family, they just want to leave that money. Okay, if I pass away, I want enough money to send the kids to college, or take care of the spouse. Maybe the spouse didn't work, or maybe they were working but their income did not cover everything. It was like a supplement type thing. Okay, so life insurance is going to still be there for them, or it may be enough to where they don't have to work. Maybe you didn't want them to work, they didn't want to work, so this will provide the money to for them to not have to work and not lose lifestyle. And so that's why some people, they say wait till a family. I did it before, family. For a simple reason, I want, if something happened, I wanted my mom, I want, maybe some family members, nieces and nephews to get some money, things like that. And we've talked about life insurance. I've had Andre on. We talked in depth about life insurance when we first started the live. One of the big ones, once I'm talking to people, that's why you want to do that. What's important to you, because some people, I've shown them, okay, as we're having this conversation, and they have a pet. Okay, where did you get, where, did you buy your pet somewhere? And oh no, I always, I get my pets from rescue shelter. And I like to support them. Okay, so if you passed away prematurely, even though you don't have a family, would you like to still support that animal rescue shelter? Oh yes, most definitely. So wouldn't you like to endow them, leave them with some money in your name to show that you was really supportive? And the light goes off, and they're like, "Oh wow, yeah." Or wouldn't you like to leave your church? Your church is doing things in the community, and a lot of times I've worked with a lot of people. That's where that one really came in. People have bought extra insurance specifically for that to leave the church money if they passed away prematurely. The church, other foundations, just what's important. Or I want to leave enough money to pay off all debts. I don't want to leave the family with any debts, so it will be taken care of. Pay the house off. Okay, so those are things that's important. That's what life insurance would do. That's what it would do. So sometimes that's why it's good to buy it early. Another benefit of buying it early is just cheaper. Um, Insurance that I bought 20 years ago, and it's still in play. I bought term. Much cheaper than if I bought it now. It's twice as cheap, pretty much. It's pretty much twice as cheap. Because normally you're younger, healthier. Um, you may be, you're at the beginning of your career, and all of those things come into play. The type of work that you do, things like that. It goes into an account of the insurance, how much you would pay for the insurance. But rest assured, the younger you are, the less you will pay for the insurance. So those are some of the benefits of buying life insurance. And people say, well, how much should I buy? Right off the gate, 10 to 12%, not 10 to 12%, 10 to 12 times your annual income. If you have family, if you wanted to leave some to the family and then endow some, like maybe, the animal shelter or your church, it could be more. But starting at 10 to 12 times your insurance. There are formulas. So you talk to insurance people, we have the formula calculators that you plug in. The net worth statement comes into play even with insurance, and the budget, because you don't want to bust your budget. You want to make sure it fits into the budget. And so excuse me, all of that comes into play when choosing the amount of insurance and the certain type. Our family, we're in level term, which means the payment it's a term. We bought the 30-year term, 20 and 30-year term, and it when it's done in 30 years, it's over. I don't pay for it anymore. It goes away. Well, we have convertible style. It can be converted and everything like that. And so there you go with the actual uh, life insurance type term. Some people buy whole life for other reasons, investment reasons. I use investments for investments. I use insurance to protect me. It's for protecting. But that's just me. There are others out there who provides a very good argument that you could buy whole policy, whole life insurance policies for insurance purposes and things like that. I'd rather have the money somewhere else. Later on in life, sometimes for some people, it may make sense. It's for our particular situation, it doesn't fit into our picture. And I'm not going to go on these rants saying that it's a scam and all of this. That's not for me to decide, because I know some people with whole life insurance policies, and they're doing what they said that they would do. But they're sort of sophisticated and they have a lot of things going on, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll invest in a certain way, and I'll just let my insurance protect us. So 10 to 20% your annual income, and as you can see, we're almost 20 minutes into this show, and I'm just now talking. I'm just now wrapping up talking about life insurance. That's what you want to aim for. I'll come back to talk about the other insurances. I'm going to cover one more, which is health insurance, and then I will cover the others tomorrow. This I kind of figured it could actually go long, even though I'm just barely touching on each one. It's still I still have to do it justice with the explanation. And so the next one I want to cover is health insurance. And the reason why, we all know reason for health insurance. If you get sick, most people don't have a serious illness, um, a broken leg, uh, something like that, a serious injury or health scare, hospital stay, $100,000 easy. A lot of people don't have that 100,000 just sitting around. It's working, or they may have it somewhere else. It may be in their retirement or whatever, and you don't need to take your entire retirement money to pay for an illness early. You know, um, you want your retirement money to keep working. That's the purpose of health insurance. When you go to the doctor, you want insurance. You want to pay a little copay, and you know, get your services, be taken care of. When you go buy your prescription drugs, if you have to buy a prescription drug, you do not want to pay full price. That's what health insurance, the prescription drug part of it, will take care of that type of stuff. And so that's the importance. And most of the time, usually year in and year out, it never fails. The lack of health insurance is usually the number one reason for bankruptcies, for people filing bankruptcy. Their medical bills are just too big, and it would take them the rest of their life to get them paid off. And it would take a lot of their money, their living expenses, the money that their income. It would take a lot of that income to actually get it paid. And so that's what usually causes bankruptcies, especially in older age with retirees. This is the number one cause: lack of health insurance, and they're no longer working, and the hospitals, the creditors, they want their money, and they will do whatever to get it sometimes. And the only choice some people have is to file bankruptcy, and that ruins, and at a certain age, older age, it could ruin you financially the rest of your life. um, I'm not trying to be morbid, but suicides go up, things like that starts to happen when people don't see any other alternative, and these big medical bills are looming over their heads. And so they just take that way out, just like, hey, I don't have the money, um, I'm out. And that's not good. That's not good. Health insurance would cover that. So if you have an employer that provides health insurance, that's always good, because they're paying part of the premium. So you usually pay just a couple of dollars out of each paycheck. Um, and that's one of the benefits. Working for a large employer, they can buy those big policies, and you only pay a couple of dollars each person, and everyone's covered, family, everything. Now, if you're not covered by an employer. We work with a lot of people that have to, business owners, things like that, or also people that, well, mainly the business owners. They have to buy, health insurance from the marketplace, and so they have to buy it, purchase it for themselves, and also based on family needs. So you have to go, and it's usually going to be more expensive than if you were with an employer, unless you qualify for subsidies. That's why you have to talk to someone. Andrea, she talks to people on a daily basis about health insurance, um, because people is more and more seeing, today with all of these illnesses and everything. You don't know what's going to happen, especially if you have family. The little ones have to be protected, and you have to protect yourself. You have to get well so you can get back to work and generate that income. And so that's why health insurance is so important. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to finish out talking about the other insurances, which is, your disability, home insurance, auto insurance. I'll talk about those tomorrow. If there are no questions here, let's check, see if we have any questions, or if anyone wants to share any. Okay, no wallet wins, no questions. So I will end it there for today. So if you do have any questions, comments, or you want to share wallet wins, don't hesitate to do that. Uh, if you want to talk more about your financial situation, like the person that's taking care of their budget, net worth statement, all that, they're on their way, and we're putting together their plan to win, to really win 2025. If that sounds like you, give us a call, contact us. Our information is scrolling there at the bottom of the screen. I keep that going. So anytime you can contact us by email, by phone call, by text, direct message us. And we will definitely help you get your money on target there. All right. With that being said, I will be back tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same channels. We'll talk.